South Jamaica, baby, they made me to be the greatest. Serving the deed of my creators, fresh off of my high haters. It's the king again, Magdalene, chauffeured, bragging and boasting.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Dollars. It's another day, another dollar video, and I'm going to be reacting to the 8 most disturbing things caught on doorbell camera footage. Now, I feel like these Ring cameras have came in the clutch for a lot of people. I want to get a Ring camera myself, even though I live in an apartment or whatnot. I still feel like those things are good to have because you never know, man. Somebody might try to attack you, and let's say you body them. You got proof right there, self-defense, you know what I'm saying? So Ring doorbells, man, this is going to be a crazy video. And how many of you guys in the comments have Ring doorbells, and have y'all ever noticed something that was kind of weird or something that made you question things like what's going on your Ring doorbell camera? Anyway, without further ado, let's hop into this.
On November 30th, 2021, a Twitter user from Dallas reported that her doorbell camera had recorded a suspicious man standing outside of her apartment almost every night for an entire month.
Whoa.
According to her tweet, she had already reached out to the authorities, but they hadn't done enough to keep the man away.
That's creepy.
This is what her Ring camera captured.
That is creepy, bro. She in Texas though. She could have a firearm. I'm gonna have to be like, bro, what are you doing? Back up. I wonder, is he a tenant? Is he trespassing? Like, why can't the cops do more about this? Like, he's definitely up to something, bro.
In most of the clips, the man can be seen standing eerily still outside of the woman's apartment, possibly waiting for her to come outside. At one point in the video, the man can be heard talking, but his words are difficult to make out.
Looks like a trailer for a new Paranormal Activity movie, y'all.
It's unknown what he planned to do if the woman stepped out of her apartment, but judging by his behavior, it likely wasn't anything good. After the original upload, the disturbing video immediately went viral, with hundreds of people checking in on the woman to make sure she was safe. 2 days later, the woman posted an update on Twitter, in which she mentioned that her friends and family had confronted the man, and that security had been on the lookout for him. Many people who viewed the video urged the uploader not to let her guard down, and reminded her that the likelihood that the man would show up again was very high. But after the last tweet in December 2021, there haven't been any more updates, and the man's identity hasn't been publicly revealed.
I feel like when it's situations like that, right, there's going to be people that be like, well, why can't the police give her an order of protection? Bro, order of protection is a piece of paper. If he has the balls to be doing stuff like that, what makes you think he's going to follow a piece of paper, bro? You know, I'm happy that her family confronted the dude, though, because come on now. And whatever building that is, they definitely got to do better with the security. You know, there's no information whether he lives there or he's trespassing. It's like, you know, y'all got to really be on point with things like that. Because somebody that's doing that, he was standing outside her door for a whole month every night. He's really not all up there, you know. Got to watch people like that.
This clip was captured in November 2019 in Harriet Creek Ranch, Texas.
It's a little girl.
It was later uploaded to TikTok and Facebook. The footage shows a little girl holding a flashlight and knocking on the door of an unoccupied house in the middle of the night.
The hell? Why is she outside so late? Kind of afraid for her, bro.
No, please.
Wow. Are they gonna help this little girl? Like, what's going on?
Please help.
The girl is obviously scared, but because nobody else can be seen on the camera, it's hard to tell who or what she was running from. As she continues to knock and beg for help, she looks over her shoulder several times, but the footage ends abruptly, leaving many questions unanswered. Shortly after it was recorded, the video was made public and police were notified of the incident, but from what I was able to find, the girl was never identified. Some think that she was being used as bait to get the homeowners to open the door, and several people commented on Facebook and TikTok that they could clearly see a man hiding in the shadows behind the girl, but it was never confirmed whether that's what was happening or if the little girl was actually in danger and genuinely asking for help. Another theory that surfaced is that the girl in the video might have been the same girl from a missing person case in South Dakota. In February 2019, a 9-year-old girl named Serenity Denard ran away from a youth home in Black Hills and was allegedly seen in Justin, Texas a few days before the video was recorded. The fact that the little girl knocked on the door of an unoccupied house shows that she clearly didn't live in the area. Otherwise, she would have known nobody was there, which makes this theory a possibility. Although there's definitely a resemblance between the girl in the video and Serenity, police didn't confirm whether the video and the missing person case were related.
I was just about to say that.
Unfortunately, not a lot of official information on this footage has been made public, and we'll likely never know what ended up happening to the little girl.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it looks like the girl in the picture. They look similar, and I'm hoping the little girl's okay because I don't like to see stuff like that. But the theory about a man being in the shadows, bro, that's kind of creepy. And it makes you question, like, you know, there's people that want to help others, but we do know that there's times when that's a bait, where it's somebody pretending to need help, and then you go and help them, and then boom, you get kidnapped or some crazy shit. So it's like, it's a lot of crazy things that's going on in this world. So it makes people think twice whether they want to help somebody. And I don't blame them. You know, there's a lot of things going on where it's like, you want to help because you're a good person, but then you already know that it could be a trick. So what do? You know, you got to really make sure there's other people around, witnesses or something. I don't know. Because I would want to help too, but then you start thinking like, what is this, a setup or something? Like, you never know. You never know.
In this disturbing Ring camera footage from 2021, a woman in a hoodie can be seen approaching the front door of a house in the middle of the night. Behind her, a man wearing a face mask and a lanyard stands on the steps as she rings the doorbell.
I hope this is a state where you could legally carry a firearm, because I would have been shooting through the door. Nah, I won't shoot through the door. I'll give them a warning. Why are you pulling up to my door with a mask and a hoodie, bro?
To see who's at their door and communicate with their visitors to decide whether or not it's a good idea to let them in. But in this case, the owner opens the door without hesitation.
What? Does he know them?
Hello, do y'all have a phone I can use? My car broke down, and y'all's the only one that got a light on.
Are you stupid?
You don't?
Sorry.
He do got a gun. I'm not the one.
The woman tells him that her car broke down.
I ain't gonna hold you. I would have shut the door in her face, bro. Do you got a phone? No, bitch. I don't got a phone for you. What makes you think I'm gonna give you a phone? You come into my house in the middle of the night. Your man got a hoodie with a mask on, and he got his hand in his pocket. And why does he open the door? He probably didn't care. Like, he probably... That white dude that answered the door, it sounds like a white dude. You know, he probably had some guns or something. Like, he wasn't scared. But why even risk the chance of something happening? Like, I'd have been like, look, I don't know you. You got 5 seconds if I'm being generous. 3 seconds if I'm not being generous. You got 5 seconds to get off my property. And I'm going to count down.
And asks if she can use his phone. The owner politely refuses. But as soon as he apologizes and closes the door, the man with the face mask tries to break into the house with a weapon in hand. Fortunately, the owner had locked the second door just in time. It's unknown if he called the police, but from what I could find, the identities of the man and woman haven't been revealed.
They look like they want to...
even more chilling.
They look like they trying to get some drugs or something too, though. They trying to rob dude and buy drugs with it.
Is the fact that there's a playground in the yard, which means the two had specifically targeted a house where they knew there would most likely be kids inside. Had the homeowner not reacted quickly, he and his family would have probably been the victims of an armed robbery, or possibly much worse. In February 2020, an off-duty police officer received a message from his neighbor asking him to go check on his wife because somebody was trying to break into their house, and the woman was home alone. The man immediately walked across the street to his neighbor's house, but didn't see anything suspicious. When he came back, he saw that his neighbor had sent him this clip.
What the? I think I've seen this clip before. Yeah, I did see this one before. It was on another video. And he really was trying to crawl, like the camera wasn't gonna catch him too. Dude probably high on drugs.
The video shows a shirtless man crawling up the stairs to the front entrance of the house and attempting to open the door. Realizing it's locked, he walks back down the stairs and makes his way to the side of the house. After viewing the footage, the man immediately called 911, and 10 minutes later, 4 officers arrived in the neighborhood with a canine unit to help track down the intruder. What followed was an intense game of cat and mouse involving the neighbors, the police, and the shirtless man. Although he was spotted by the neighbors multiple times, he managed to slip away from the cops every single time. Several minutes into the search, the man heard his neighbor calling from across the street, saying that he could hear someone in his backyard. The 2 men scoured the outside of the house and eventually found that the back porch light had been unscrewed, but the shirtless man was nowhere to be seen. About an hour later, the man who uploaded the video walked out onto his back deck and spotted the intruder unscrewing another porch light, this time from the house across the street.
Like, I wonder, like, how the hell was he getting away and they wasn't finding him? Like, he was just hiding in the freaking garbage cans or something? Like, you got a bunch of people looking for you and they couldn't find him, but then meanwhile, he's still messing with people. He has to be high off some type of drugs, though. There's no rhyme or reason for why he's doing it, you know?
With weapon in hand, the man intercepted the intruder and ordered him to get on the ground, but the shirtless man took off running and ended up sneaking into the crawl space of a nearby house. The uploader waited until the police arrived, and after he was ordered out of the crawl space, the intruder was charged with 2 counts of aggravated burglary, trespassing, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct.
That's a nice looking backyard, by the way.
Police revealed that the subject was under the influence of hard drugs.
What did I say?
Warrant for failing to appear in court for another open case of burglary from earlier that same year.
I told y'all it was the drugs.
It's unclear if he was convicted of all the charges against him, but considering his criminal history, it's more than likely that he's still serving time today.
Told y'all it was them drugs,
this footage
man.
was captured at 4:30 a.m. on April 29th, 2023. It happened in El Paso, Texas. The video shows a young woman running up to the front door of a house and ringing the doorbell.
Wow.
Although nobody else can be seen in the frame, terrified, she looks over her shoulder multiple times as if she was being followed.
Should look like a horror movie. The plot twist is she's the killer, though. You let her into your house thinking you helping her, a hot chick. Oh, I got you, don't worry. Boom. You let the freaking devil in. I mean, she ain't screaming for help, though. Like, if she really was in trouble, wouldn't you be screaming, help? I would have been screaming at the top of my lungs. Like, are you serious? And she looked like she was in her nightgown, like she was messing with some dude and it got crazy. I don't know. Could be a prostitute. Not judging. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to analyze the situation. It's not making sense for your boy. Why are you not screaming for help, shorty? Yeah, she's like in a nightgown. Like, she really don't look clothed. She could be on drugs too.
Help and starts crying when nobody answers the door.
She ate too many mushrooms or something. I don't know.
A few seconds later, a car's headlights come into view in the background. As soon as she sees the light, the woman crouches down behind a column, and she does the same thing again when she sees the neighbor's driveway lights turn on.
Yeah, something's not right about this video.
After a few minutes of waiting, a car's headlights illuminate the driveway, and the woman walks down the steps towards it. It's possible that she got in the car, but this wasn't caught on the Ring camera. As soon as the footage was made public, many people started speculating that the woman might have been the victim of trafficking and was trying to escape her captors.
I was kind of thinking that too, but I wasn't sure. But it's like, why aren't you screaming for help? Like, what is I hate when people, like, in movies too, when they don't ask for help or they screaming and they whispering, like, who the fuck is gonna hear you? Like, scream.
But others believe that she had a totally different motive. Several viewers mentioned that if she really had been in danger, she wouldn't have hid from the neighbors when she saw their driveway lights turn on.
Exactly.
Another thing that caught viewers' attention is the fact that at the very beginning of the video, the woman isn't actually running. She appears to be casually walking up the steps, and she only begins to run when she comes into view of the doorbell camera, which suggests that the whole thing might have been a robbery setup. Less than a month after the footage was uploaded, El Paso police arrested 34-year-old Krista Nicole Cordeaux for burglary.
Wow.
After her mugshot was released, some people believed that it was the same woman from the video due to the resemblance, but police never
What about the tattoo? You could see that she has a tattoo on her arm, so
officially confirmed this. It's unclear if she was ever seen in the neighborhood again.
kind of cute thing, and you out here burglarizing?
In 2022, a Reddit user uploaded this disturbing Ring camera footage with the caption, "Zombies want your brain." The video shows a young man in a bandana covered in what appears to be dirt or blood, repeatedly slamming himself into the front door of a house.
He looks possessed.
On his third attempt to break down the door, he apparently knocks himself out after hitting his head. Stumbling after the impact, the man collapses over the front porch railing, knocking over an ornament in the process.
Damn. Yo. Yeah, he had a bad trip, y'all. I feel like most of these things are like people on drugs, man. Except for the dude that was
He groans in pain
outside of the girl's apartment for a whole month. I don't know. That was weird. He probably wanted to do something.
He flails his arms and raises his legs, seemingly trying to get back on his feet. But the video ends before we can see what happened next. After the footage was uploaded, many viewers commented that the man was probably under the influence of hard drugs, which would explain his uncoordinated movements and violent behavior. Other users suggest that he might have had a seizure after hitting his head on the door.
Damn.
Because the video was uploaded with no context or explanation, it's impossible to confirm what actually happened. After that night, the homeowner
He might have knocked some sense into him when he hit his head on that door, so he probably came to his senses after.
never saw the man again. On July 24th, 2021, a woman named Caitlin Curtis took her baby to the park across the street from her house in Arizona. After sitting down on the bench next to a fountain, a scruffy-looking man suddenly approached her, sat on the bench next to her, and asked her if she wanted to buy his drawings. According to Caitlin, the drawings looked like they had been drawn by a little kid, or by someone with no artistic talent. After politely refusing to buy the drawings, she got up and left the park with her baby in the stroller. As she was leaving, she saw the man get into the passenger seat of a suspicious-looking truck at the other end of the park, which then circled around her several times as she made her way back home. Afraid that she was being followed, Caitlin took a different route back to her house and entered through the back door so that the men in the truck wouldn't know where she lived. 3 days later, when Caitlin was out of town...
Before we even get to the video, this already sounds terrifying. And I feel like more moms out there that take their kids to the park by themselves, they need to be having some pepper spray, tasers, or a license to carry, bro. I feel like more people need to be licensed to carry so they could protect themselves. When the man is at work or not around, you know, there's evil people out here in this world. Y'all got to do what you got to do. And a mom, you know, with her baby is so vulnerable. So stuff like that, it infuriates me. Like, I hate when people are trying to pick on the weak, trying to take advantage. Like, I don't like stuff like that. So, like, it just, ooh.
Her doorbell camera captured the same man walking up to the front door of her house and ringing the doorbell at 3 in the morning.
Wow. So he did follow. This fucking weirdo right here, bro. Honestly, guys, I'm all for bringing back death by firing squad for individuals like this, bro. Like, what good is he? There's nothing good possibly that this guy is trying to do right now. Like, you followed this chick in a car. You was already suspicious, and now 3 days later, you're pulling up to her crib, bro. Like, you should be able to just legally, boom. Don't waste no taxes putting him in prison. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay for them to live and eat and make them comfortable. No. Start getting rid of these dudes, bro. I'm sorry. Like, there's so much shit that I've seen already, and it's hardened me. It has hardened me and made me feel like, look, what's the point of keeping some of these people alive for? There's no good use for them in society. You know, some people, yeah, you know, there's some people that actually forget, like you could forgive them because they actually are trying to do better. But some people, I don't know. I just feel like if you trying to hurt her, bro, and her baby, fuck you. Get rid of him. This weirdo, bro. Like, you look like a weirdo. Tattoo on the neck. Like, just having the audacity to come to my house 3 a.m. Bro, I'm airing your shit out, bro. I'm airing you the fuck out.
According to Caitlin, her husband was asleep while the whole thing was happening, and he didn't learn about the man's visit until the next day. After the video was uploaded to TikTok, some users commented that the fact that the man rang her doorbell specifically was not a coincidence, and that he might have been watching her from the day they met in the park. It's possible that he was using the drawings to try and distract her while the other man in the truck abducted her child, but we'll likely never know his intentions for sure. The incident could just be written off as a man who was under the influence of drugs or suffering from mental illness, but if Caitlin hadn't been careful, it's anyone's guess what might have happened.
Yeah, but he was the passenger, so that means there's somebody else that was driving the vehicle, so he's with somebody else. He's not alone. And who's to say he wasn't watching her for more than, you know? He could have been following her around after that. And he knows where she lives, bro. It's no coincidence, man. I mean, he does look weird, though. It looks like he probably is a drug addict, too. Like, it's hard to analyze what's his intentions, but at the same time, fuck it, bro. You pull up to my crib like that, where my family is, I ain't playing games.
Fortunately, the man never came back, and neither Caitlin nor her family had seen him again.
And they need better security.
In October 2021, Reddit user Protomancer uploaded this footage of a man crawling and slithering through his neighbor's yard in the middle of the night.
The hell? Dude probably drunk or something, man. He had a long night out, was drinking. Can't really see much, shit ain't clear. Quality of that camera sucks.
There doesn't appear to be any context surrounding the video, but most users attributed the man's particular behavior to drug use or possibly mental illness. Even though he isn't hurting anybody, this is probably not the type of person you would want to run into on your way back from home in the middle of the night. The man in the footage hasn't been identified, and it's unclear if he ever showed up again.
How can you identify him with the quality of that camera, really? Well, that was the video, y'all. This one was okay. I'm pretty sure there's some more crazier things that have been caught on camera besides these videos or whatnot. But this was an interesting video, man. I will do more reactions like this if you guys enjoy this, along with the other ghost scary reactions, which I enjoy doing myself. Anyway, man, it's your boy Dollars. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe. We on the road to 40K. I'm off this.
For my time goes by, they gon' raise a nigga jersey in the sky. Treat a nigga right, big dreaming on my life. Shorty wanna get some air, I go and get her when I fly. Taking off on these niggas, I retire. The minute I catch fire, I smoked them all before, just revisiting the high.